Steelers and Red Raiders. Kickoff is next. Yet, as we said, they're sitting here 8-0 now. Their schedule is really tough down the stretch. They have a bye week next week. Then they go to Baylor, host Iowa State, and finish up with Bedlam at Oklahoma State. Gabe Burkich kicking it deep. This will be a touchback and come out to the 25-yard line. Smith, the redshirt freshman quarterback that they like to use in the run game, but might we see more of Smith today as if Columbia struggles? He's taking a shot here on first down, and that pass was on the money and pulled in. It came out, though, as the receiver went out of bounds, Geiger, and so it is incomplete. It looked like Geiger had it until he went to the ground.
Well, it's a perfectly placed ball by Henry Columbia, and Geiger catches the football as he's going out. Outstanding job there by Key Lawrence, making his first start at corner, knocking that ball away at the last second.
Lawrence, a transfer from Tennessee. Play action and a dump off to Price out in space. And Price is close to the first down. He's just short by a yard, so 3rd and 1 coming up.
Good pursuit there by the Oklahoma defense. Tackling been an issue the last couple of weeks. Nice job in the open field by Miles Price. Kind of really starting to get in the fold more and more the last couple of games. Dynamic with the football in his hands.
So Columbia had to go to the sideline to get the call from Sonny Cumbie, who is the interim head coach, as well as the offensive coordinator and the quarterback's coach. Sonny played at Texas Tech, coached here for a while, then left for TCU for 7 years. In his first year back, and now the interim head coach. They run it on 3rd down and nowhere to go for SaRodorick Thompson. Pushed back by 3 Sooners, led by Isaiah Thomas, 4th down.
Well, this is what this defensive line has been looking for. Watch Isaiah Thomas, going to create penetration and disruption. Splits the double team, gets into the backfield. Then Caleb Kelly, Brian Asamoah join him. It's one element of this defense that has to happen. The defensive line being active, getting up the field, penetrate, disruptive. Big stop there on 3rd and short. Build some confidence for this defensive line.
Austin McNamara, who is a very good punter, on to boot it away. Mims has to move to his left, and it sails out of bounds. We're seeing where it crossed. But they put up 35 points in the second half, and Williams was a big reason why. He had a run play on 4th down for a touchdown, took the ball out of Kennedy Brooks' hands when it looked like they were going to get stopped for a loss on 4th down late in the game, and ended up getting a first down that sealed the win. Play action pass and a drop ball at the 25-yard line by Mims. 2nd down.
But Caleb Williams is just giving this offense a spark. They needed some energy, needed some juice, and with both his play on the field and some of the intangibles he brings from a leadership perspective, got that infectious personality, it's really taken this offense to the level we're accustomed to seeing under Lincoln Riley.
He'll throw it on 2nd down and 10. Everybody covered, and he's wrapped up and sacked. Back inside the 15-yard line by Tyree Wilson, his 5th sack of the year. This is a better Texas Tech defense than we've seen in previous years.
No question. Good coverage down the field. Tyree Wilson's the best defensive lineman they have. But as Caleb Williams surveys the field, nowhere to go with the football. And then it's a good job pushing the pocket by Tyree Wilson. He's 6'6", 275, got those long levers, and he's really put together an outstanding season here for the Red Raider defense.
Transfer from Texas A&M a year ago. So 3rd down and 16. Pressure again on Williams. Escapes the pocket. Looking downfield, and a one-handed catch by Hazelwood for a first down.
Wow, big-time play here by Jaden Hazelwood. First, it's Caleb Williams breaking the pocket, and you see Hazelwood on a deep crossing route. One hand, no problem. What a play.
And then on a wide receiver screen, they come back to Hazelwood, and he loses a yard on the play. 32 catches now for Jaden Hazelwood, who missed most of last year due to injury.
It does, Dale. Tell you, I love it when they move the pocket, too, with Caleb Williams. His dynamic running ability really strains the defense. When you get him outside on the perimeter, you can't just defend pass because he can take off and run on you.
hand it off to Brooks on second down. Oh, he gets tattooed at the 37-yard line. Still got 3 or 4 yards, but a big hit by Taylor Demerson coming down from his safety spot.
That's the counter play that's a staple of this Oklahoma offense. Expect to see a heavy dose of that there on second down by Texas.
Fifth-year head coach, like Sonny Cumbie, he was a player, a walk-on at Texas Tech. Graduated from there in 2006. Low snap, picked up by Williams, in trouble. On the move, being chased, and fires it out of bounds. It's 4th down and 6, and Oklahoma will punt it.
Bad snap here from Robert Conjul in its center right now. That ball is on the ground. Caleb Williams tries to scramble, make a play. Misfires to West on the sidelines, and big stop there for Keith Patterson and this Texas Tech defense.
They better figure out how to block 95, Dusty. He's right up your alley, defensive tackle, causing all kinds of problems up the middle.
Jalen Hutchings.
The Michael Turk, normally an excellent punter. That's a wobbly kick that sails out of bounds. Turk averages 52 yards per punt. That's not what the Sooners were hoping for. No score early on a beautiful day in Norman.
This team has dealt with, and I think seeing Lincoln, remembering the times they've had together, I think that was probably a calming moment for Sonny Cumbie.
Here's the swing pass behind the line of scrimmage. They're trying to get Ezukama out in space. He's their best player, and he's knocked out of bounds into the Texas Tech bench by Asamoah after a gain of 9. I mean, one of the things that Sonny told us yesterday, he's like, look, some of the things that I have to worry about as a head coach I'm not used to, but the biggest thing is I don't want to disrupt the players at all. I want everything to feel the same for the players going into this game, so they're not thinking about what's going on over on the sideline.
Routine regimen the exact same, and he talked about having energy, enthusiasm, and having fun today.
On 2nd and 1, they give it to Thompson, and he gets the first down out to the 46-yard line. 3-time captain, Sir Roderick Thompson. Missed a couple games early in the season with injury, but is back. Has got 8 touchdowns on the season.
Strong, sturdy runner who lowers his pad level on contact, and he's been an outstanding player for this Tech offense for several years now. Good to get him back healthy, and he's really made a difference. Play fake. And the pass is caught at the 49 of Oklahoma by Kalen Geiger. Sonny told us yesterday really wants to get both Geiger and Ezukama involved more. They had a combined 3 catches for 3 yards combined last week in a loss to Kansas State. Colombi with time, late pressure, gets the pass off, and it's off the fingertips of Thompson, incomplete. Really good right there by Henry Colombi. Justin Broyles came on a late pressure, and an excellent job sidestepping that pressure, locating his running back. That's a pass that Sir Roderick Thompson's got to be able to come down with.
That's the difference between 3rd and 5 and 3rd and 10 right there, Dusty.
No doubt.
So 3rd and 5 at the 49 of Oklahoma.
Keep an eye on number 11, Nick Benito. They need him to have his presence felt with the premier pass rushers in college football.
And Colombi's pass batted down, incomplete. And again, it's Isaiah Thomas.
Well, you are taught as a defensive lineman on pass plays and quick game like this. If you're not going to get there, get your hands up. Isaiah Thomas recognizes quick game right there in the throw lane, gets his hand up. And the second time here early on 3rd down, the senior defensive lineman with a big play.
Had 8.5 sacks a year ago. He's got a handful this year. McNamara to punt for the 2nd time. Mims is the deep man. And the fair catch is made at the 5. 44-yard punt, no return. Fell player.
I think he still played.
I believe so.
You might have saw him the other night.
I believe that I did. In an unfortunate capacity with his team winning. Here's a pass out in space to true freshman Mario Williams, but it's well defended. Doesn't get much. 2 or 3.
Good to see Mario Williams back healthy. Had to miss last week's game. And the true freshman, I believe, Tom, you had him as the #1 wide receiver coming out. He's got such speed, dynamic playmaking ability, but he really hasn't shown it too much this season.
Williams, everybody covered again. Now a receiver comes wide open. It's Drake Stoops out to the 40-yard line. A gain of 32 and a first down.
Nice piece of route running here by Drake Stoops. Big soft spot in this zone, and Caleb Williams locates the sure-handed inside receiver. Nice job by Drake Stoops and a big explosive play here early.
He had 3 catches against Kansas last week. Now 12 on the season. And here's Williams running the football, trying to get to the edge. Spins away from a defender. Out of bounds at the 45, but he's a dynamic runner. 4 rushing touchdowns on the season for Williams.
Was quarterback counter going to pull backside guard, backside tackle, well blocked. That little B-button spin move there by Caleb Williams before he's escorted out of bounds. So dangerous as a runner. Like that thick lower build, and you can see he's got some moves to go along with it.
So it's second down and 4. Get a flag offside, taking the shot here, and thrown out of bounds. Another flag is thrown. Boy, that had to be uncatchable downfield, though. The pass was thrown out of bounds to West with Malik Dunlap in coverage.
Smart there by Caleb Williams, sees the offsides, knows he's got a free play, take your shot, and then Malik Dunlap's got to know exactly where he's at. The discussion over here, I think, is exactly what you mentioned there, Dave. Was that ball catchable?
There are 2 fouls on the play, both by the defense. Offside, number 90, defense. That penalty is declined. Pass interference, number 8, defense. That penalty will be enforced. 15 yards, previous spot, automatic. First down.
Dunlap never gets his head turned around. A little shove to Trayvon West as he goes out of bounds. But
isn't that the definition of uncatchable? When you catch the ball 4 yards out of bounds, whether you're pushed or not?
I would say yes. It definitely appeared that he would have needed a go-go gadget bar to be able to go up and get that one.
So first down to the Texas Tech 40-yard line. Oklahoma in Red Raider territory for the first time today. And it's play action for Williams. Setting up and throwing deep. Overshooting the intended receiver. Trayvon West took another shot to West.
Take a look at these impacts. Kennedy Brooks has had such an impact on this season, well on his way to his 3rd 1,000-yard year. And then Tyree Wilson, we've already called his name a couple of times here early. He's done an excellent job so far. Now 5 sacks on the season. He really has been a key cog in the defensive line for Keith Patterson's defense.
This is an improved Texas Tech defense. Really, the only time they had a bad day was against Texas. They gave up 70, although it wasn't entirely by the defense. Coming across the middle is Hazelwood with some running room inside the 25 and dropped at the 23-yard line. First down, a gain of 17.
Essentially just a little underneath screen. You'll see Drake Stoops come across. And since that pass is thrown at or behind the line of scrimmage, you can block with that ball in the air. Well executed and drawn up play there by the Sooners.
6th play of the drive coming up here for Oklahoma. Williams gonna keep it, and he gets upended at the line of scrimmage by Eric Monroe.
That's well played there by Texas Tech. He wanted to check it down in the flats to Eric Gray. He was defended. Caleb Williams recognized it, and good pursuit to the football from the Red Raider defense.
They're on the cusp of the red zone where they are the #1 team in the country. 45 red zone trips. 34 of those have gone for touchdowns. They're at the 22 right now, 2nd down and 9. Williams changing things up here. He'll throw it. Has time. Waiting for a receiver to come free. Now he takes off. And now he throws it. Back of the end zone. It's caught. Mario Williams. Touchdown, Oklahoma. That was all Caleb Williams there.
Well, you called it, partner. This is all Caleb Williams. He checks at the line of scrimmage. He wanted to go to Hazelwood in the one-on-one. It was well covered. Nobody's open down the field, and Houdini gets out of it, and then Mario Williams comes open in the corner of the end zone. True freshman to true freshman. Big-time play by Caleb Williams, and a confidence-building type of catch there for the freshman, Mario Williams.
Third touchdown catch for Williams. Mario Williams. Ninth touchdown pass for Caleb Williams. No relation. And the point after by Burkich makes it 7-0 Sooners.
Well, this freshman has put on a show so far, and nothing changes here. Nowhere to go with the football. Buy some time, and it's the Sooners on top.
13-17 record. They're 1 win away from being bowl eligible for the first time since 2017. Geiger will run it out here for Texas Tech, and he gets leveled. And the ball comes out at the 17-yard line, and the Sooners say they have it. What a huge hit on special teams.
This would be huge if Texas Tech can find a way to get on top of it. They need to come out and have a fast start.
Yeah, they got it back. Geiger came up with it after he got drilled.
He gets drilled. It's true freshman Danny Stutzman who comes in second. A big hit, and that ball comes squirting out. High ceiling for that true freshman linebacker, getting it done on special teams as well. But man, heads up job by Kalen Geiger after taking a blow like that with the wherewithal to locate that football and pull it in.
Texas Tech's got to sustain something here, guys. They've got to keep this Oklahoma offense on the sideline.
Crowd getting into it, Tom.
They have been in Oklahoma territory, but that was just at the 49-yard line. They run Xavier White here, and he's thrown forward for about 6 yards out to the 23. Brian Asamoah, the leading tackler for Oklahoma, made the stop.
Oklahoma defense really trying to find its identity. The last couple of weeks, the defensive line hasn't played up to the level they want. The linebackers coach, Brian Odom, wants his group to play better. I think overall this entire defense recognizes they need to step up their level of play.
Colombi has a completion. Miles Price short of the line to gain by about a yard. So to Tom's point, big third down here to try to keep Caleb Williams and that Oklahoma offense on the sideline.
And here we see Donovan Smith, big 6'5", 230-pound quarterback. Love the quarterback run game here. You can go split zone, quarterback read, also quarterback counter, something they like here with the big redshirt freshman.
He's 6'5", 230 pounds. His dad is the running backs coach on the Texas Tech staff. He will keep it here and get a first down out to the 30-yard line.
This was a problem last week, Dusty, for this Oklahoma defense. One of the reasons why the defense couldn't get off the field is they couldn't stop quarterback run versus Kansas.
Yeah, that's exactly what we thought it'd be. Split zone, read, quarterback keep, and to your point, Jason Bean had a field day with that exact play a week ago.
He's thrown it 5 times, completed 4, 2 rushing touchdowns on the season. We'll see if we see more of Donovan Smith as we go along here. First down for Texas Tech, just short of its 30-yard line. Colombi to throw, and Ezukama's there, spins away from one man, makes a sweet move, and gets the first down out across the 40-yard line.
Locate 13 should be at the top of the things to do offensively for Texas Tech. Eric Ezukama is 6'3", 220, so difficult to tackle. And Key Lawrence, who had an outstanding game at safety a week ago, now playing corner today for the first time all season. And ever since Woody Washington has gone down earlier this year, they've been trying to find somebody to fill that void. Key Lawrence getting the opportunity here today.
Oklahoma came into this week 112th in the country in pass defense. They're going to run Taj Brooks here. He's got some room into Oklahoma territory and near the 40-yard line, and a late flag comes in. That was thrown after the tackle, so perhaps there was either a late hit or targeting on the Sooners. Meanwhile, Key Lawrence, who you talked about a moment ago, is down, still down.
This is going to be on Delarian Turner.
He plays a first down after the play. Personal foul on sportsmanlike conduct, number 32. Defense, 15-yard penalty from the dead ball spot. Automatic first down. Correction, personal foul. Unnecessary roughness.
Find a way to get the victory. Interesting to see where they wind up on Tuesday.
Meanwhile, Turner Yell for Oklahoma, a late hit away from the ball. That was the 15-yard penalty, and Texas Tech having success running the ball on this Oklahoma defense. That's Taj Brooks for almost 7 yards. They're over 40 rushing yards already with 5 different ball carriers so far.
Yeah, way too much push up front right now. If you're the Oklahoma defensive line, really nice job of this Texas Tech offensive line, having their way, getting good push, really allowing themselves to get to the edge.
Now Xavier White is in the game at tailback on 2nd and 4, and he gets the call straight ahead, grabbed by Isaiah Thomas at the 19-yard line, but second effort is close to a first down. We'll see, though, do they rule forward? Progress was stopped. They spotted about a yard short of the line to gain.
Physical piece of running there. Xavier White refusing to go down. Isaiah Thomas has to check out of this game as his helmet came off.
That's big to not have him on the field here, although they did give Texas Tech a first down with that second effort run.
And defensively right now, guys, Oklahoma is so concerned about the quarterback keep because of last week that they're voiding areas inside tackle to tackle.
Play fake, Colombi, fade. Oh, what a catch! Ezukama, hang on. It's a touchdown for Texas Tech.
That ball up there for him to pluck out of the air.
And to beat a team like Oklahoma football, it's not like you're in a bye week and you fire the coach. You do it on a Monday, and they also have a winning record. It's only his 3rd year. Here's Marvin Mims on the return for the Sooners, trying to get the edge. He got slowed down just enough.
The best offense in college football right now.
Williams, play action, in trouble again, and shows off that arm talent. A strike to Mims, and a first down, a gain of 10 out to the 32-yard line.
Pocket collapses. There's no panic. So much poise and always calm, under control from Caleb Williams. He fires a strike for another first down.
When he keeps his eyes downfield under duress, that's the biggest thing with a young quarterback.
He's from Washington, D.C. Didn't play last year. His high school team did not play because of COVID. He becomes the 5th starting quarterback in the last 4 years for Oklahoma, replacing Spencer Rattler. Here's Brooks, gets sandwiched and then picked up and dropped by Colin Schooler, the leading tackler for Texas Tech.
This is a good Texas Tech run defense. 5 of the 8 games this year, they've held their opponent to under 100 yards rushing. It's only a 3-man front, but they do a lot of pre- and post-snap movement and very active linebackers with Colin Schooler, Rico Jeffers, Krishan Merriweather. Keith Patterson's been very pleased for the most part this season with the way that front has played.
Only 6 rushing yards so far for Oklahoma. Now they have thrown it a lot, and they will here. Williams puts it on the money to Mims inside the 40-yard line. Mims trying to get away from the defender into the end zone for the Oklahoma touchdown. A 67-yard catch and run for 6 for Marvin Mims.
Just an absolutely perfectly placed football outside for Marvin Mims. The timing on that throw as Mims was going out of his break. That ball's coming out of Caleb Williams' hands. And Marvin Mims, where the pass was thrown, he could catch, get up the sidelines, avoid the initial defender, and it was off to the races. Marvin Mims, now his 3rd touchdown. It's the Texas game. Caleb Williams running the show.
The Texas game. Sail into the end zone for a touchback. Texas Tech will start on the 20. Oklahoma 5-0 in conference play. Baylor a game back at 4-1 after the Bears knocked off Texas. Oklahoma State and Iowa State both 3-1. Iowa State playing West Virginia. We'll update that score, and we have a final there. Texas Tech with a first down from its 25. And Colombi taking a shot downfield. Some hand fighting. And the ball thrown just behind the intended target, Ezukama, who wanted a penalty on Key Lawrence, who was injured earlier but is back on the field.
A good sign for Oklahoma. Key Lawrence is back out there. I know Ezukama was wanting a flag. Ezukama's pushing on Lawrence as much as Lawrence on him. That ball just underthrown. And Ezukama tries to work back to it, but the pass clearly underthrown by Henry Colombi.
Well, look how much better that matchup is, Dusty, because now you got 6'2 versus 6'3 instead of 5'10 versus 6'3.
Exactly right. Part of the reason I think they made the move this week.
Columbia to throw here on second down. That one is on target, and it's a first down out to the 40-yard line. J.J. Sparkman had one catch all year. Pretty impressive job after the catch, dragging a defender, DJ Graham, with him for 15 yards.
Tight window throw on the slant, and that was a bullet from Henry Colombi. And how about the extra effort fighting for those yards? Big pickup on second down.
We'll have to run one more play here in the first quarter. Put Columbia under center. Thompson is the tailback. And it's a jet sweep, getting the ball in the hands of Ezukama, but Oklahoma was ready for that. That's a negative play. Pat Fields, two-time captain, who was just named a Campbell Trophy finalist for his 3.8 GPA, made the initial hit.
Well, this is an outstanding job. Going to bring the safety down, and the edge was set by Key Lawrence, and then Pat Fields helps clean it off really well. The fence there on the end around.
The field here at quarterback for Texas Tech, which has been able to move the ball against the Sooners so far. A negative play, though, on first down and a jet sweep to Ezukama. And on 2nd and 11, here's Thompson off the right side, and they track him down and take him to the ground after a gain of 2. Perrion Winfrey, along with true freshman Danny Stutzman.
And this defensive line needs Perrion Winfrey to be a penetrator, a disruptor. At times this year, you go back to the Texas game, that's what he was. There was a lot of hype and expectation. He hasn't consistently done it. If he can get to that point, he changes the outlook of this Oklahoma defense.
#1 junior college recruit a year ago, and was named second team All Big 12 afterwards. Henry Colombi back on the field, and a great adjustment by Sparkman, but he couldn't come down with it. Key Lawrence in coverage for the Sooners, 4th down.
Well, you mentioned it. Excellent job by Sparkman adjusting to that football. But Key Lawrence in good position. Gets that hand up and hand on the football to knock it loose at the last second. Key Lawrence really stepping up and making an impact at that cornerback position.
Height on height.
He's got some versatility too, Tom. He played great as safety last week.
McNamara with a moonshot. That thing way up there, and a fair catch made inside the 10 by Marvin Mims. Now
Oklahoma was not very explosive early on the season, and the explosive plays have been through the roof since he's been inserted as a...
They go empty here from the 9-yard line on 1st and 10. Pressure off the edge. Williams in trouble, avoids the safety, and then throws complete for a first down. Out past the 20 is Willis, all the way to the 25-yard line. Boy, Rico Jeffers had Caleb Williams dead to rights, or so he thought.
Yeah, coming right off the edge, and look, Keith Patterson loves to dial it up, and when you get that opportunity, you got to make it count. Missed opportunity by Rico Jeffers, and Caleb Williams makes them pay.
So a gain of 16, some breathing room now on the 25-yard line. Play action. Williams slings it in traffic, complete out to the 40 to Stoops. His second catch of the game.
Hops like his dad right there. Drake Stoops climbs the ladder, those strong hands, and makes that tough, competitive catch.
His dad, Bob, longtime coach here, was your coach. Stepped to the booth to say hello before the game. Got into the TV biz.
That's right, he got into the biz. Drake Stoops really is a key piece to this offense. It doesn't get talked about nearly enough. His toughness, his blocking, and what he brings.
All reliable.
That's exactly right, Tom. Exactly right.
You know where he's going to be, and you know he's going to catch it.
So first down on the OU 39, leading 14-7. A rare run play here in the first half, and Brooks does not get much, maybe 2. Colin Schooler is there defensively. They haven't tried to run very often, and when they have, Texas Tech's been pretty good at the point of attack.
And Caleb Williams has been great throwing the football. Oklahoma really struggling right now, the line of scrimmage, to be able to get much push and get this rushing attack going. I know Lincoln Riley, he's happy with where this pass game is right now, but he wants to be a balanced attack. He'd like to have more success running the football.
8 yards on the ground on 6 attempts. Here's 2nd and 8. Play fake for Williams, and the pass behind The receiver almost intercepted off the redirection. Mario Williams couldn't hang on. 3rd down and 8 for Oklahoma, which is 8-0 in the year, winning 16 straight. Longest active streak in the country.
Yeah, rare misfire there from Caleb Williams, and he had Mario Williams wide open, middle of the field on the slant. That pass behind him, and Oklahoma fortunate on the tip drill. That ball wasn't picked off.
Got a timeout called defensively by Texas Tech, facing 3rd down and 8, trailing Oklahoma by 7. Okay. I guess we'll have to wait to the post game. Can you tweet it out or something later, or is it not even Twitter worthy?
If you're nice. If you're nice.
3rd down and 8, and wide open. Mario Williams, a flag down. There might be a pick. Might be offensive pass interference, because I have no idea how Mario Williams got that wide open in the middle of the field.
I think it's going to be on Braden Willis.
That would negate a 13-yard gain and a 1st down.
There is no foul for offensive pass interference. The ball was caught behind the line of scrimmage. Result of the play, 1st down.
And that's the difference. We've already seen Oklahoma do this once earlier in this game with Jaden Hazelwood. Freeze it right there, guys. Okay, so here's the pass. It's behind the line of scrimmage, and here's going to be where the contact is, right here.
Yep.
As you see Mario Williams work his way back, it's behind the line of scrimmage. No foul. Good job by the officiating crew talking through that and getting the call right.
And well coached.
Absolutely.
Worked on a lot in practice to make sure that you do that correctly. So 1st down in Texas Tech territory. Play action again for Williams. And throwing deep. Got a receiver. The pass is on target again. The Mario Williams. Down inside the 10-yard line.
Well, it's been the Mario Williams show here so far. Good protection by the offensive line. And Caleb Williams finds his target. Open on the sidelines, gets behind the coverage with that speed. Nice job completing the process of that catch. Williams to Williams.
They've scored on each of their last 39 red zone trips. Looks like they're going to take a further look at this one.
Mario Williams, 4 for 73 and a touchdown already in this 1st half for Mario Williams.
They confirmed that it was a catch via replay. Didn't take very long. And now Williams keeps it here on 1st down. Bottled up after a short game. Schooler is there defensively. It'll be 2nd and goal. They did move the ball forward. They originally had it marked outside the 10. But they did move it to the 10, making it a goal-to-go situation.
This piece of defense there. Krishan Merriweather played that perfect, and then Colin Schooler comes up with a big hit on Caleb Williams.
That was a long, drawn-out fake, too. That was tough to stick with defensively. Nice discipline.
8th play of the drive. This one started at the 9. They already have a touchdown drive where they began at the 5. Williams in trouble. Gets out of there again. Throwing on the run. And it's caught for a touchdown by Braden Willis. But my, oh my, Caleb Williams continues to entertain.
I mean, this guy is so dangerous. It's a great rush inside, Jalen Hutchings, and then a quick sidestep from Caleb Williams. Eyes down the field, and if you're in the secondary, you want to come up and help, but you better stay plastered for your man if you're in this Texas Tech secondary today, and Caleb Williams is moving around because his eyes are down the field, and if you leave your man and he's open, he's going to locate him and find him. 3rd touchdown already for Caleb Williams.
And some of the stuff we're seeing looks eerily similar to another quarterback who played at Oklahoma, who's now in the NFL.
Well, if you talk to a lot of people around the Oklahoma program, there's a lot of Baker Mayfield and a lot of Kyler Murray that you see within Caleb Williams.
He threw that ball through a keyhole.
Nurkic on for the point after to make it 21-7 Oklahoma. Braden Willis with his 1st touchdown catch of the year, and Caleb Williams already with 3 passing touchdowns.
The true freshman's on fire in the 1st half. Well-placed ball to Mario Williams. And then, man, as good as he is from the pocket, even better on the move. It's all Sooners early.
plus yard drives.
All right, watch right here initially. Jalen Hutchings going to get right past Andrew Rain. Pressure right in the face of Caleb Williams. Freeze it there, guys. No panic whatsoever. Eyes now at these defenders, all right there on Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams eyes down the field. Braden Willis finds that soft spot in the corner of the end zone. Quarterback locates the open target. He makes it so difficult. Can sidestep pressure, keeps his eyes down the field. And as a defender, you want to come up and help because you think you can run. You lose sight of your receiver, and it's pitch and catch from quarterback to tight end right there.
It'll be a touchback and come out to the 25. Let's check.
Back to you, Dave.
But wow, guys, that catch was as good as it gets. As Texas Tech comes back and runs Taj Brooks, he should have lost yardage, but bounced off defenders and ends up gaining 2.
That's a true freshman, Ethan Downs, with some serious penetration off the backside. Disrupts the pull scheme, completely blows up that play. And Brooks fortunate to get positive yardage. That had negative play written all over it.
So you've got a big play for Oklahoma, and you've got a couple of sustained drives. Texas Tech is going to need some explosive plays to hang with the Sooners today. Columbia off play action. Flag down, so is Columbia. After minimal gain, flag thrown in the area of offensive holding.
He might get TJ Stormont. I could get a little bit too much jersey there on the true freshman, Ethan Downs, coming off the edge.
Holding, number 51. Offense, 10-yard penalty, previous spot. Still stick it down.
It is on Stormont this season, along with their contributions to university's general scholarship funds. For every field goal and extra point made, Allstate will also be donating to the American Red Cross to help with disaster relief efforts. Thank you, Allstate. Spectacular day here in Norman. 72 degrees at kickoff. Dave Pasch, Dusty Dvorak, Tom Luginbill. The first college football playoff rankings come out Tuesday. Michigan State with a huge win today. One of the best wins for any team yet in college football. So depending on what happens in front of the Spartans, who in the polls this week are number 8, we'll see where they end up in the first rankings. The three of us will give our rankings in the second half. I think you might be surprised where I put Michigan State. Little T. Second and 18. Columbia from the pocket. And the pass on the money out to the 31-yard line to Ezukama. So they get a chunk of it back and put him in third manageable. Third and about 4.
Nice job by this Texas Tech offensive line. Good protection. Just a 3-man rush. Henry Columbia steps into that throw. And Eric Ezukama, nice job completing the process through that hit.
They got to keep targeting him, man.
No doubt.
So far, he's carried the ball 2 times. They have thrown to Ezukama 4 times with 3 catches, including a touchdown. Trying to keep the drive going and keep the hot hand on the bench. And the pass batted in the air, and it's intercepted. It's picked off by Pat Fields for the Sooners. And Fields takes it back inside the 25-yard line.
Well, it's the second time today on a third down. Isaiah Thomas recognizes he's not going to get to the quarterback. And watch him right here. Going to shut it down, get his hand up right in the throwing lane. Hand up, ball's in the air. Then it's just a tip drill. And it's Patrick Fields in perfect position to get a takeaway for the Sooners. Isaiah Thomas, his veteran leadership, his productivity, third time today on third down, he's come up with a big play, and the Sooners now in prime real estate looking to blow this thing open.
We didn't know what to expect from Oklahoma today, especially after how lackluster they looked in that first half against Kansas. It feels like they are dialed in and engaged, though, here today, unlike what we've seen the last few games.
Coaching staff said both sides of the ball is the most competitive week of practice they've had all year.
From the 17-yard line, here's Kennedy Brooks breaking a tackle and then push back at the 12-yard line. Gain of a handful on first down. So only 3 interceptions for Oklahoma coming into today, but they get one there thanks to the great play by Isaiah Thomas, his second pass defended, and Pat Fields' first interception of the season.
Big area that Alex Grinch was harping on, wanted to try to create more interceptions. He did an excellent job ripping at the ball. 9 fumble recoveries on the season, and a bulk of those forced. defensive coordinator is going to be happy about that takeaway.
Lincoln Riley called a timeout with a play clock winding down.
Dave, back to you.
And Florida was hanging with Georgia. The Bulldogs just scored. Kevin and Boog will have the highlights of that coming up. Meanwhile, 2nd down and 5 for Caleb Williams. And a diving catch for a touchdown by Drake Stoops. 4 touchdown passes to 4 different receivers for Caleb Williams.
Well, I asked this week Lincoln Riley about his redshirt junior wide receiver, Drake Stoops, and he said trust. He's earned the trust of his team. He's earned the trust of his staff. And sure-handed wide receiver, outstanding job adjusting to that pass thrown behind him and the strong hands to bring it in.
Dusty, remarkable catch, but that ball could not have been placed anywhere else to give that thing a chance to where he threw it.
And Caleb Williams continues to impress. 8 touchdown passes coming into today. He's got 4 more, and we're midway through the second quarter. They're looking at this just to make sure. Every play is reviewed in college football. We'll see if they feel the need to further review. But I think it was pretty clear, and so they say, yep, no need to look at this any longer. It's a touchdown. Stoops' first of the year. Burkich puts it through, and you wonder with Texas Tech. Back to you at Oklahoma. We'll let America determine. Be a touchback, come out to the 25. All right, so let's take.
Looking for dead bodies.
So, but if you see the clean-cut All-America look at Dusty Dvorak, just remember one time he was All-American linebacker with hair down to his belt. As the ball came out, they're going to rule the runner Thompson down, though. Fields had the ball. He just had an interception on the last series.
Nose tackle, not linebacker. I wish I was.
I didn't
maybe
mean
now.
Yes.
Maybe now I'm a linebacker. As we take a look at this play, knees down. Ball is still in possession of Sir Roderick Thompson.
Yes, that was a complete misspeak on the linebacker.
Take it as a compliment.
All right. Fair enough. 2nd and 10 for Texas Tech. Columbia gets out of there, being chased though. And now just scoots out of play. Ran into his bench, and a flag is thrown, and Columbia's down. He got hit late on the sideline. There's not much room over there for the opposing players between where they're standing and where the stands begin. There's Reggie Grimes here. Didn't get a lot of him, though. I just think the collision was...
I mean, he's got 1 foot almost in and 1 foot out as he's going out of bounds. Reggie Grimes, just a slight push. And your athlete, and mix in a little bit of pass here for Donovan Smith.
All kinds of movement and a flag down pre-snap.
TJ Storment, Weston Wright, both left side of that offensive line moving a little prematurely.
Got to limit a lot of this pre-snap movement because it's getting these guys antsy. I think they just need to snap the ball, Dusty, and go.
False start, number 51. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
2nd penalty on Storment, the transfer from TCU. Sonny Cumbie, the interim coach for the fired Matt Wells, who was let go Monday. Spent the last 7 years at TCU, but he coached at Texas Tech, played at Texas Tech. 2004 graduate. Tough audition, playing only ranked teams the rest of the way are the Red Raiders. Iowa State, Oklahoma State, and Baylor after this game. They run it on 1st and 15, and only 2 yards for Xavier White. Jalen Redmond with the knockdown.
Yeah, no easy task with Oklahoma, Iowa State, Oklahoma State, and at Baylor to close out this season. You know, Sonny Cumbie, as you talked about earlier, he loves Texas Tech. He's a West Texas guy. That's who he is. He's going to pour his heart and soul into this season. Just kind of wonder, are they going to have enough left in the tank
Donovan Smith steps away from pressure. And the 6'5", 230-pound quarterback gets a good gain there before Deshaun White gets him just short of the line to gain. Pickup of 10. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Nice piece of running. Nothing down the field for him to deliver the football. See him as a runner on display there. Nice chunk back to set up 3rd and very manageable. And this, Tom, I think is where it opens up that split zone read with the quarterback key.
There's no question about it. Something Oklahoma's really struggled with this year.
3rd down and 3, and Smith will keep it. And no shot to get the first down. Bodies fly to the football, led by Deshaun White and Key Lawrence. We'll see if Texas Tech goes for it on 4th down and 2.
Tight look as we're going to see right here. Deshaun White coming downhill, and it's exactly what we thought. It's that split zone read look with an extra blocker out in front, but Oklahoma up to the task. Deshaun White downhill, making it tough on Donovan Smith. And, you know, you think in this situation, you know, what do you have to lose, right? Coach has already been fired. And if you're Sonny Cumbie, you know you're going to have to score some points to get back in this ball game.
You got to take a timeout and talk about it, but this is one of the things that he told us, look, this is going to be new for me, trying to, you know, be in charge of determining. 4th and 2 for Texas Tech. At its 48-yard line with Donovan Smith, the backup quarterback in the game. And now Oklahoma called a timeout.
Before the snap, timeout, Oklahoma, 2nd of the half.
Lincoln Riley.
Texas Tech's in bigger trouble.
Yep.
No question.
A chance to go 35-7 at halftime, put it away. First things first, trying to get a stop here. Smith from the pocket, and it's a completion. They get the first down, and they go to their best player, Eric Ezukanma. Credit Donovan Smith hanging in there, delivering a strike on 4th and 2 and getting 15 yards.
Yeah, it's a man-to-man coverage, and this is Ezukanma just running away from DJ Graham on the shallow cross. And Donovan Smith, poised, stood right there in the pocket, saw Ezukanma come open, and a big conversion on 4th down. Keep feeding 13 the football.
Henry Colombi banged up. Donovan Smith in at quarterback. He'll throw it again here. Rolling out on 1st down. Throwing on the run, and nice catch. Miles Price looked like he may have tipped it to himself.
Wow.
And a gain of 14.
Well, this game has put together some spectacular catches. What a heads-up play by Miles Price. That ball put out in front. He can get the left hand on it, a little tip drill, and possession before he scoots out of bounds. Great concentration on the sidelines by Price.
And great poise right here from quarterback Donovan Smith.
Inside the 25 of Oklahoma. 1 timeout remaining. 2.5 to go here till halftime. And Xavier White, big hole between the tackles. Picks up 9 yards. They have been able to run the ball. So if they can score here, get it to 14 points, and just get some kind of a stop defensively, maybe they can keep Caleb Williams and the Oklahoma offense on the sideline.
And, you know, what you just mentioned there is something that Kansas did and a lot of teams have done. Slow it down, possess the football. Last week, Oklahoma had 8 possessions. Texas Tech, you know, a little bit more up-tempo here today, but a score here gets them right back in this ballgame.
Where it looked like maybe they were going to get blown out of the gym. They run White, 1st down, cut back inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line. Another good run. 1st and goal.
Back-to-back plays, nice job up front, the left side of that offensive line. Josh Berger getting some push, Weston Wright, Dawson Deaton. Good response here from Donovan Smith since he's been inserted into this drive.
Maybe they'll keep running it here, not give Oklahoma any time with the football back. The Sooners will start the second half with the ball.
QB run game.
But a flag. Another pre-snap penalty on Texas Tech. Caleb Rogers, the right tackle, looked like he moved.
False start, number 76. Offense, 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
That'll put him outside the 10. Texas Tech had a lead last week, lost to Kansas State. You wonder if they win that game, And you're 6-2 and 3-2 in conference play. Is Matt Wells still the head coach?
Yes, he would be. And it's crazy to me that there's a 3rd and 34 in that game that's a questionable legal hands to the face, and ultimately that costs a good man his job.
So first down and goal from the 12. And Smith with a high percentage throw, but Price in trouble. He's going to lose yardage. 3-yard setback. And the Sooners were all over that. Sean White leading the way.
And this is what Alex Grinch wants to see. Pursuit to the football. Intentional strain to the ball. It's an outstanding job of just giving effort, running to the football, and making a play.
You know what, Dusty, too? He talked about effort not being an issue. They're an effort-based defense, but it was making the play after the effort when the play is there to be made that's been lacking.
Competitive effort, I think, is what he talked about, Tom.
Been dominant so far in this game. Second and goal for Donovan Smith, the Texas Tech quarterback. Instead, it's a jet sweep to Geiger, in trouble. Another tackle for a loss. This time it's Turner Yell, and they're out of timeouts, Texas Tech, so they got to hurry here on 3rd and goal from the 20. 18 seconds and counting. And a timeout by Oklahoma. Make sure that they're lined up properly with 15 seconds left.
Well, that was outstanding pursuit to the football. Deshaun White set the edge. And then, man, you want to talk about De'Aaron Turner-Yell coming downhill, making a big-time stop, setting that edge, forcing the cutback, and there's that pursuit to the football that you want to see. Good to see De'Aaron Turner-Yell back. He's had a hamstring issue, back healthy, and he's a difference maker on the back end of that Sooners defense.
Hey, guys, watching DJ Graham and Asamoah, number 924, jawing at each other on this Oklahoma defense, having to separate them there on the sideline. And Dusty, I don't know if that was a very smart timeout by Oklahoma. You've got Texas Tech on the ropes. The clock's winding down. You just helped them out.
Totally agree, Tom. I thought the same thing in that moment. It was almost like a fire drill for Texas Tech. Inexperienced quarterback. Now you give him a chance to talk to his offensive coordinator, kind of exhale and get out a quality play.
This is either going to be a pass toward the sideline or to the end zone on 3rd down and goal from the 20 with no timeouts left. And instead, Smith throws across the middle. Inside the 10 is Ezukama. It's 4th and goal. Can they get the field goal unit out there fast enough? 6, 5, 4. Trying to get set up here with 2, with 1. The kicker's not even out there. They snap it. There's a flag. And the half comes to an end.
This is the end. 2nd quarter. Players hold.
That's drawn from one Baker Mayfield.
We'll see Caleb Williams here again shortly. Fair catch, so it will come out to the 25. It's fun to watch, man. He's had some incredible plays, eluding pressure, getting out of traffic. Here we see it again. Breaks one tackle and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Let's check in with Tom Luginbill.
You guys had an opportunity to check in with Coach Cumbie and Coach Riley. First with Coach Cumbie, he's distraught. Obviously, he knows that they mismanaged the clock. They mismanaged it down in distance. Could have kicked a 37-yard field goal, and Garibay, their kicker, just did not take to the field. Now, I asked Lincoln Riley, why did you call that timeout, which was able to give the offense for Texas Tech an opportunity to regroup? And he said, we had some jawing in the back end. I wanted to settle our team down, make sure that we were right.
And they were. They ended up getting out of the half without surrendering any points, and they have a 3-touchdown lead. Long throw to Mims here, and Mims runs through a defender to get the first down out to the 40-yard line. That was DeMarcus Fields making the tackle.
Well, there's a lot of cushion. Watch as the defensive back, Rashad Williams, really sinks and sets back. No flat defender over there. Easy pitch and catch from Caleb Williams to Marvin Mims. I'd like to see this Tech secondary a little bit more on these Oklahoma receivers. That's too easy.
And you wonder also, with the head coach Matt Wells being fired on Monday, will we see fight from the Texas Tech players? The whole coaches that are still here as Brooks picks up maybe a yard before he stopped. They felt in our conversation with him yesterday that it was a great week of practice, that the firing of Wells was a reflection of them, the players, that they have something to prove based on the fact that their coach is gone. We haven't seen that quite yet. Not that they're not playing hard, but we haven't seen it turn into production. Here's Hazelwood. He stopped at the 45, bringing up a big third down here for Texas Tech defensively.
Nice open field tackle there by Dadrian Taylor-Demerson. And you know, both Sonny Cumbie and Keith Patterson, as we spoke to him yesterday, said this is a resilient team, and it is a team that has a lot of fight. We'll see how they come out of the half down 21. If they can get back in this game.
By the way, nobody jumped into the transfer portal this week. Very important.
Here's Williams on third down at 5. Finds an open receiver, Eric Gray, for the first down in Texas Tech territory. Williams going through his progression that time and gets the first down of gain of 13.
Okay, so we're going to see here again the same play that we've seen several times throughout today. Jaden Hazelwood is going to be a little pick play. That screen, it's well covered. So then Caleb Williams comes off his primary, Jaden Hazelwood, and he finds a wide open Eric Gray in the middle of the field. Well done going through the progressions of Caleb Williams.
We're in Texas Tech territory again. And they're going to run it here. Eric Gray tackled up high at the 38-yard line by Eric Monroe. Gain of 5.
And if there is an area that I'm sure Lincoln Riley, offensive line coach Bill Bedenbaugh, as you see Monroe right there across the upper portion of the chest, stayed off the face mask. What they'd like to see better in this second half, running the football. I would have to imagine that's a big point of emphasis, Tom.
Yeah, definitely. And I asked Lincoln about it, and he said, you know what, it's just kind of how the half played out. There were a couple of times where they had a numbers advantage. It gave us the one-on-one, and as you could see, they hit a lot of explosives in the first half.
Averaging 10 yards per play. Oklahoma right now. Williams on second down into double coverage, and the catch is made for a first down to the 31-yard line.
It's a really good job of Jeremiah Hall working back to the football. 2 Texas Tech defenders kind of there in harm's way, and Jeremiah Hall, been such a key piece of this offense for several years now, works back to that ball. Makes a nice competitive catch for the first down.
He's got 4 receiving touchdowns this season. First team all Big 12 a year ago. Moves the chains there for the Sooners. 4 minutes gone by here in the third. Oklahoma looking to add to a 21-point lead. Get Brooks and Gray in the backfield again. Williams is over 300 passing yards. Gray, and they track him down backside and make the play at the line of scrimmage. That was Nelson and Banasor.
He's unblocked there, works off the backside. Does a really good job backside pursuit, making that tackle. Been good up front against the run here in this first half for Keith Patterson, or here in this ball game.
This is the best Texas Tech's been on defense in what, 15, 20 years, guys? I mean, this is an improved unit defensively from what we've seen in the past from the Red Raiders.
Definitely in the front 6 or 7, Tom, no question.
Williams on second down, pitches, waits, takes off, now throws, and throws it out of bounds.
Well, that's really good coverage down the field. I mean, Texas Tech stayed plastered to their men. Caleb Williams tried to buy as much time as he possibly could. He's even orchestrating traffic, pointing, having guys try to work open. Nobody comes open, and Wisely just throws it out of bounds. Improved job on the back end there for the Red Raider secondary.
Smart, too, by Caleb Williams not to just run out of bounds, because you'd take a 3-yard loss by doing that. So just kind of hug that sideline and then threw it at the last second to at least avoid a sack. Third down and 10. And a penalty marker is down.
Andrew Rain backed up a little bit prematurely.
False start, number 56. Offense, 5-yard penalty, still third down.
So Chris Murray.
You might too if 95 was lined up in front of you.
What did I love what Keith Patterson told us about him? A ball of butcher knives, right? Yeah. For Jalen Hutchings. Really good job on the interior of that Texas Tech front.
And he was a running back in high school. He's 305 pounds.
Athletic.
Third down and 15 from the 36 of Texas Tech. Williams gets hit as he throws, and it's nearly intercepted by Jeffers. Willis, the intended target. It's fourth down.
And that inside pressure was the ball of butcher knives. Watch him. He's just going to continue to work his hands right there on Andrew Rame. Splits that double as Hayes tries to come over, and that ball close to being picked off there by Rico Jeffers.
So now Gabe Burkich will come on for a 53-yard field goal try. He's made 4 field goals from 50 yards or deeper, including a 56-yarder. Boy, that's impressive. Right down the middle. Would have been good from another 8 to 10 yards, and it's 31-7 Oklahoma. Go by Gabe Burkich. The Sooners are at Baylor in 2 weeks. The battle for first place in the conference. Baylor going to 4-1 with a win over Texas today. There's Geiger taken out of the end zone. And it gets to the last couple games. The home loss to Purdue by double figures, and now a double-digit defeat in Madison. Price with the catch out across the 22-yard line with Donovan Smith staying in the game, a quarterback for Texas Tech.
You know, he played really well at the end of that first half. Columbia takes a little bump as he goes out of bounds. We haven't seen him since, and Donovan Smith stepped right in, made some nice throws, and this is a great opportunity for him to start to grow and mature as a quarterback of this team.
Yet to throw an incompletion so far in this game. Here he is on 2nd and 5, handing it off to White, and he is dumped after a 1-yard gain. There's Nick Benito. First time we've called his name, the preseason Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. Texas Tech now forced into a third down and about 5, and they're just 1 for 7 today.
And Oklahoma's been great on third down, and Texas Tech for most of the season has been also. That's plagued this Oklahoma team this year. 80th in the country, third down defense. A year ago, they were top 10. That's got to be something that's going to make Alex Grinch happy, getting off the field on third down.
Smith and an open receiver. First down catch by Ezukama. A couple times we've seen Smith hang in there. One on a 4th down. Here on a 3rd down, make a strong throw across the middle.
No question. Man-to-man coverage once again. And Ezukama gets inside leverage and a nice throw.
Keep it on the ground here as Taj Brooks spins away from a would-be tackler, or SaRodorick Thompson, excuse me. And Thompson slow to get up.
Nice spin there by SaRodorick Thompson. Deshaun White comes in, perfect position to make the tackle, lowers his head. And SaRodorick Thompson spinning, making the tackler miss and moving forward on a nice pickup on first down.
And he took a shot to the head, too.
So 2nd down and 4 for the Red Raiders. Keep it on the ground. Brooks trying to bounce it to the outside, and he does get back to the line of scrimmage and maybe a 1-yard gain. Key Lawrence with the trip up, 3rd down.
One thing that I've noticed, Tom, I don't know if you see it from field level, but this Oklahoma team running to the football. Key Lawrence again setting the edge. Deshaun White coming to help get him down. Pursuits of the football here in the first half has been good. And here on this 3rd and very manageable, Donovan Smith as a runner. He can unlock that aspect of his game because he can be a straight-up playmaker in that regard.
Oklahoma trying to get a stop here and get the ball back to the offense, which hasn't been stopped today. Save that last possession. And they come up with a stop on 3rd down. They hand it off to White. Maybe Texas Tech called that particular play knowing that it would go for it on 4th down if they didn't get the first, and that's what they're going to do.
Job on the interior of that Oklahoma defense, and a big 4th down here for Texas Tech. Going to have any chance of getting back in this ball game. Going to have to convert here. Last time they were at 4th and 2. Donovan Smith stood strong in the pocket and delivered a strike.
Smith, it's tipped and it's intercepted. Off the hands of a receiver and picked off by the Sooners. It's Justin Broyles coming away with it for OU.
Experience, he's still trying to figure out. This is man-to-man coverage. Look at Taj Brooks work his way out of the backfield into the flats. Nobody accounts for the running back out of the backfield. Donovan Smith tries to dump it down behind his receiver. It's a tip drill and a pick. He just looks over to his right in the flats. His running back is wide open. It's a first down, and there's a lot of green grass out in front. Instead, it's another Oklahoma takeaway, second here on the afternoon.
And they're plus 12 in the turnover ratio during the 16-game win streak, which looks like it's about to go to 17. They lead 31-7. Play action here. Williams setting up, going downtown. Mims is there. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Touchdown pass today for Caleb Williams.
Hard play action pass. It freezes that center safety Monroe. And the deep post. Wide open Marvin Mims as he turns around, catches the football, and walks into the end zone. Fifth touchdown pass on the day for Caleb Williams. Texas Tech run defense, they've been very aggressive. Oklahoma utilizing play action. Middle of the field wide open. Another touchdown.
And the second touchdown catch for Marvin Mims as the Sooners have blown it open. They lead 38-7. Caleb Williams continues to shine for OU. Where will Oklahoma be? Caleb Williams is certainly helping the Sooners' cause with a 5-touchdown performance and a true freshman record at Oklahoma. 349 through the air with the 5 touchdowns. He's been near perfect. He's had a couple drops and a couple of throwaways, but we haven't seen many errant passes. Touchback, Texas Tech will start this drive on its 25-yard line, down 38-7.
Win at Notre Dame. I'm going to give him credit for that. And
don't forget, Tuesday, November 2nd on ESPN, we'll have the College Football Playoff Top 25 show presented by Allstate. We go back to that, guys. Let's go back to our predictions for the College Football Playoff rankings. So I want your guys' reasoning as to why you picked what you picked.
So I've got here Oklahoma, if they hold on to this game, which as impressive as they've looked all season, you know, they're going to go to 17 straight wins. Winning does matter. Cincinnati went into South Bend and got a big win. They're still undefeated. And for Ohio State, I mean, look, do I think Ohio State could potentially beat Michigan State? Sure. But until they play, I'm going to have to see it on the field. They do have the loss at home to Oregon. And then for Alabama, you know, again, there's a lot of football left to be played. And those teams are clearly unbelievably talented and can move up. But as it sits here right now, I'm going to reward undefeated probably a little bit more than other people.
You know, for me, I would ask both of you, if Michigan State and Ohio State played tomorrow, who do you think would win?
I'd take Ohio State.
Okay. And from what we saw last week, and I understand that, you know, obviously Ohio State's schedule is starting to come down the stretch and get really, really strong. But that's one of those football teams that you better be prepared to score 40, and they're going to have to help you.
Donovan Smith with a strike to Ezekama down to the 35. Look, it's the 4 games. Because Michigan State just beat a really good top 10 Michigan team, they have a better win than Ohio State does. That's why I have them at number 2. And I have Oklahoma 3. I think Ohio State right now is the best one-loss team. That's why I have them in the top 4 and Alabama at 5.
My only thing, and I agree, I think the potential for Ohio State is there. Who have they beaten? You know,
true.
Their best wins week 1 against Minnesota. And, if they can navigate through the rest of the season, they're going to be in the top 4. They went out and they win the Big Ten championship. They're going to be in there, but I just need them to actually beat the best team they played this year. They lost to at home in week 2 to Oregon.
Donovan Smith on 2nd and 3, just going to hand it off here. And no running room for Brooks. He'll lose a couple. Fans, don't forget to go to ESPN.com/Allstate Playoff Predictor to check out your team's chances to make the college football playoff. So one of us had Cincinnati in the top 4. The other 2 did not. If Cincinnati goes undefeated and there is not complete chaos in the rest of the conferences, meaning like Georgia stays unbeaten and Oklahoma,
they're not going to make it. They need help.
Okay.
I think that they're going to need help.
Me too.
In other words, they're going to need to go undefeated and have some chaos in the other conferences together.
Absolutely, yeah. As a common motion, keep an eye on him.
And it's the tight end Mason Tharp, the 6'9" tight end that moves the chains. And again, Tuesday night, first college football playoff rankings show, 7 Eastern time, presented by Allstate.
I know this. There's going to be a lot of conversation after that show on Tuesday night, which part of the great thing about this sport we get to cover, right?
Yep.
Because it gives you a sense of what the committee's thinking right away about teams like Cincinnati. Where do they have them in that first ranking? A lot of movement here. Is there a team that we think is going to be outside the top 10? Because it always seems like there is a team outside the top 10 of those first rankings.
False start, number 51. Offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
A team outside the top 10, and just what we're guessing is going to be outside the top 10, because obviously don't have the rankings, that might find its way into the top 4 when it's all said and done.
Wake would be a stretch, but they're playing great football.
And they're undefeated.
And they're undefeated, and they're 13 right now.
Okay.
So that could be one.
I would agree with that. I don't know where Ole Miss will be, but if Alabama slipped up and Ole Miss can win out,
Yeah.
potentially them, but I think there's a lot of names there, Dave.
Sparkman with a catch. What about another team for the Big 12? What about Baylor? They have the 1 loss, but they do have Oklahoma here in 2 weeks.
And what about Oklahoma State, for that matter? And Oklahoma State's only lost a narrow margin last week in Ames. You know, I don't think that is going to be the case, but anything's possible. I think that's what we've learned watching college football in 2021. We try to start making declarative statements, and we haven't even gotten to November.
Right.
I think we start getting ourselves into trouble. A lot of ball left to be played.
On 2nd and 10, Smith keeping it, trying to stiff arm. It shows that athletic ability getting the edge.
One thing we do know, guys, though, is the committee does value improvement from week to week. I think the 2014 Ohio State team is a great case study in that. And if you're playing your best football down the stretch, all of a sudden a loss in the 2nd week of September becomes out of sight, out of mind.
Another thing to keep an eye on is Oregon. And if Oregon keeps winning, how does a 1-loss Oregon team impact a team like Cincinnati if the Bearcats go undefeated? There's Smith on 3rd down and 3, and it's almost picked off and then almost caught, but it's 4th down.
Nice job up and under here by Nick Benito. You're going to see he's going to work inside on TJ Storm. It gets that rip up high, that left hand right on the arm of Donovan Smith to deter the pass to Sparkman. Setting up 4th down.
Look at this defense plays like it has today. And this is what we thought going into the year. We also thought Spencer Rattler would be the quarterback, but the way that they're playing their offense, if their defense keeps doing this, as Donovan Smith is in trouble right on cue here, throws it into the end zone, it's caught for a touchdown. Wow.
That one in, Tom.
Garibay on for the point after. So it's 38-14 Oklahoma, 44 seconds to go in the quarter.
Tough on anybody. Both these teams going to enjoy a week off. Get healthy and get right before they take that tough 3-game stretch.
Staying in the game with the 24-point lead. It will be interesting if they still have this advantage at some point in the 4th quarter if we see Spencer Rattler in garbage time coming in with the 2nd team. Kennedy Brooks running the ball to the right. And forward progress stopped after a gain of 4.
I think if you have an opportunity, Dusty, given the chaos of college football this year, the tough slate of games on the back end of the schedule, if you can play Spencer, play him. Get him involved, get him interacting so that he becomes back into being a part of this football team, because you never know what's going to happen when you got a quarterback that can run like Caleb Williams.
I'm with you. I thought it was interesting. Lincoln Riley told us he's had a good mindset. He's helped his team. He said he deserves credit. He said that, he's really been good inside that quarterback room that he coaches each and every day. So I'm with you. It only does him and this offense good if he can get some quality reps.
College football on ABC, presented by Arby's, will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Let's be honest. Sonny Cumbie was placed in an unbelievably difficult situation this week, as was his entire Texas Tech football program.
Matt Wells fired on Monday, despite his team being 5-3. Here's a dump-off pass to Jeremiah Hall for a first down. So let's dive a little bit deeper, because we did touch on it earlier, but Clay Helton getting fired week 2, which made no sense. Yeah, Ed Orgeron getting let go, but he's coaching the rest of the season. There's Matt Wells' brother, Luke, who's still on the staff. What I don't understand, guys, is if you're Kirby Hocutt or the boosters at Texas Tech, why are you putting the players in this situation, firing the head coach with several important games left in the schedule?
It's a terrible trend we're seeing in college football. It's terrible. It's disturbing. You preach all the time about team. Players don't quit. Don't give up on a season. Don't give up on your team. And what's happened here at Texas Tech? When they're 5-3, one win away from making a bowl game, which it's been a while since they've made a bowl game. This was the best year Matt Wells has had, and I just feel for these players. And I don't know what kind of message it sends, and I got to tell you, Tom, it upsets me. I find it alarming, the trend we're seeing now in college football, firing these coaches mid-season, in my opinion, way too early.
It's already a difficult enough profession. And, listen, this is a program in Texas Tech. Imagine being Matt Wells.
There's Mario Williams inside the 25. Go ahead and finish your point, Tom.
Just imagine being Matt Wells. You're at the helm for 3 years, and each of the 3 years, you lose your starting quarterback before week 3 of the season. I mean, that's difficult to overcome, and yet still, this program's in better hands right now and in better shape than it was when Matt Wells and his staff arrived. And so now it's Sonny Cumbie's job to get the most he can out of these kids.
And even if you want to, again, look at, the big picture and say, okay, Matt Wells, he's not your guy, you're going to go in a different direction. It's got to ultimately be about the players. And you want your players, as they hand it off here to Brooks, and he gets to the 20-yard line and down to about the 17. I just don't know how you can expect your players to respond positively. And you still have 4 games to go in the season. You've been bowl eligible since 2017. You get one of those, I mean, it's at least a step in the right direction for your program.
No question. I don't get it. And again, I go back to that game against Kansas State. There's a 3rd and 34 where there's a very questionable legal hands to the face that turns into a first down. If Kansas State doesn't get that, Texas Tech likely wins. And then he's 6-2. Then he keeps his job. Just doesn't make a lot of sense.
Not like we're talking about Alabama where you get to pick up the players to recruit either. Williams finds Hall. Going to be a first down inside the 15. Good job by Lukes to get out of harm's way there, and has got taken out there.
A lesser athlete would have been taken out, but also a nice find by Caleb Williams. Jeremiah Hall in the flats, unaccounted for. And as he's done so many times today, Caleb Williams finds the open man.
Caleb Williams has had an unreal 390-yard day, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. In his 3rd start, he came in for Spencer Rattler in the 2nd quarter of the Texas game. Led them to victory that day. They struggled last week against Kansas in the first half. They put up 35 points in the second half there, 38 today, looking for more. Here's Gray, makes a defender miss, and brought down inside the 10.
Eric Gray, so elusive in the open field. He's a real weapon, catching the football out of the backfield. Whoop! Spin move. As he makes the initial defender miss. Picking up positive yardage.
I've been really impressed with Caleb Williams' ability to work through progressions, trust what he sees, and get to sometimes his 3rd and 4th option as they're working through this passing game. And then he went from the right, sprinkler red, all the way to the left to dump the ball off.
8th play of the drive coming up. 4 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Trying to add to a 24-point lead. Gets to 9-0 in the season. Williams in trouble here. Eludes pressure again. Throws a strike for a touchdown to Stogner. 6 touchdown passes now for Caleb Williams.
And yet another new target that Caleb Williams identifies. This is a good sign for the Oklahoma offense. Austin Stogner, such a red zone weapon. 6'6", great catch radius, but really go back to last year when he injured his knee. Hasn't quite been the same. You can start to get him going as a legitimate red zone threat. Makes this offense that much more potent.
Burkett makes it 45-14 Oklahoma.
Well, it's been all Sooners today here in Norman. They wanted to make a statement, and a statement they have made, especially that man, Caleb Williams. He finds his big tight end in the back of the end zone for another Sooner touchdown.
Assuming they hang on, would be their longest win streak since 2001 when they won 20 straight. Return out to the 30-yard line for Taj Brooks. All right, 2016. Patrick Mahomes against Baker Mayfield. They broke the NCAA record for combined offensive yards with 1,708. Oklahoma won 66-59 in Lubbock. And on that day, Baker Mayfield threw a record 7 touchdown passes. The reason we show you that is because Caleb Williams is 1 away. He's got 6, which ties Kyler Murray, who had 6 against Baylor in 2018. 1 away from tying the 7th thrown by Baker Mayfield. Donovan Smith sends that one into the stands.
That game is a statistical anomaly. You referenced the yards. How about each team at 854? Patrick Mahomes with his rushing at over 800 yards. But the efficiency of Baker Mayfield. 7 touchdown passes on 36 attempts for 545. Man, Joe Mixon had an unbelievable game, over 200 rushing, 100 receiving, like it was just crazy.
88 passing attempts.
Unbelievable.
For Patrick Mahomes in that game. And again, 7 touchdowns versus 9 incompletions for Baker Mayfield. Smith throws that over the head of the intended receiver, Tharp. That's hard to do. He's 6'9". It'll be 3rd and 10.
Both these first 2 passes of this drive, Donovan Smith just really misfiring on his throws, not even giving his wide receivers, his tight end right there, an opportunity to catch the football.
So with the numbers that Caleb Williams has today, he had 8 touchdowns coming in. Now he's got 14 to go with 4 rushing touchdowns. Is it possible if, I'm not saying he's going to throw 6 touchdowns every week, but if Oklahoma keeps winning and he keeps performing, as Smith on 3rd and 10 again throws over the head of the intended receiver incomplete. There's a flag down there. We'll sort out the flag in a second, but is it possible that Caleb Williams gets into the Heisman conversation?
Well, he's already the 5th highest odds per Las Vegas.
Pass interference, number 9, defense, 15-yard penalty for the previous spot.
DJ Graham.
And here's a little bit of this DJ Graham. Seeing a little bit too much push off there as he tries to go up and make another one-handed grab, as we've seen on this field early in the season. And the great interceptions you'll ever see against Nebraska. Much contact down the field there.
Graham, a former wide receiver. Smith moving to his left, takes off, and tracked down by Downs and Ellison. So here's that play by DJ Graham. You see Adrian Pierce and Trey Young. Everybody jumping in here, former Sooner football and basketball players, comparing it to what Odell Beckham did, and even he tweeted back at DJ Graham.
That's pretty cool right there. You're a college kid and you see Odell Beckham giving you love. Unbelievably athletic grab by DJ Graham in that game.
Got a runner on 2nd and 7, 1st down. White, but a flag is down. So let's finish up the Caleb Williams discussion here. How realistic is it if they keep this up that he's in New York and maybe wins it?
Well, I'll tell you, if he's flawless,
Holding, number 73, offense, 10 yards from the previous spot. Still second down.
Which he's going to have to be flawless to get in the conversation. Oklahoma's going to have to continue to win, and he's going to have to play great. But look, this season flipped when he was inserted.
Yeah.
This is a different football team and primarily a different offense with him in. And when you look at the sheer numbers that he's putting up, yeah, I think you can make a case that he can get to New York City. Can he win it? I don't know, but he can get himself in the conversation for sure if he continues to play like he has here today.
Smith sidearms it complete to Brooks. Guys, if that somehow happens, if it somehow happens, and again, we're asking a lot. There's a long way to go. But if it gets a point where Caleb Williams does win, imagine having a scenario where you go into the season thinking one quarterback on your team can win the Heisman. You do win the Heisman, but it's the other quarterback who wins it.
I think he's in the thick of it because he's going to have an opportunity to play great football against the best teams on their schedule in prime windows.
Certainly, if he keeps this up, and throw there by Smith, he'll come up short of the line to gain. Kuntz, it'll be fourth down at a couple, and we'll go for it here. Again, we got a month left in the season. There's a lot that's going to change, but the point is Caleb Williams is really good, and he's going to keep playing well, you would assume, down the stretch.
Exactly right. Again, he is a freshman. He showed some freshman moments against Kansas last week in that first half. But man, so far, it's tough not to be unbelievably impressed with what he's been able to do here in the latter half of this season.
Very joyful young man. You always see him smiling, talking to his teammates, has that infectious personality. Fourth down and 2. They keep it on the ground, and it looks like Brooks got enough. We'll see. Should have it.
I think that's, you mentioned, the smile on his face, how he carries himself. I think he's one of those kids that can innately make people around him better through body language, through energy, how he carries himself. And there's a pretty stark difference in that regard between what we had seen from Spencer and what we've now seen from Caleb Williams.
Recovered by Isaiah Thomas. He forces a fumble, and he recovers it.
Well, Isaiah Thomas has really stepped up for this football team. Let's watch him here. Earlier, he's been working from the inside as a D-tackle. Now he's out as a wide 5 technique. Good hands, and he gets that ball out from Donovan Smith.
He's coming into the game. The last time we saw him as he gets an ovation from the crowd was in the Texas game, but he was benched. He was 8 of 15 in that game with an interception. He was the Heisman favorite coming into the season, the sophomore from Phoenix.
He's getting a standing ovation right now.
Good for this crowd. Good for Spencer.
Marcus Major in the game at running back, and they're just going to keep it on the ground here with the big lead. And Major, a sophomore, missed the first 5 games of the season, finally ruled eligible by the NCAA for the Texas game.
And getting him back in the fold is not insignificant. I mean, he's a little bit more of a bigger, more physical back, coming in late in the season with fresh legs. He can help them quite a bit in the run game these last 3 games of the regular season.
Rattler will throw, and it's completion. Brian Darby with a first down. Coming up later tonight, Penn State, Ohio State on ABC. You get Ole Miss, Auburn, and ESPN. SMU, it only helps Cincinnati, right, if SMU keeps winning before they play late November?
No doubt. That Mississippi-Auburn game, fascinating to me. Tough place to play. Auburn off a bye. Matt Corral, talking about Heisman. This guy who's very much at the top of the Heisman conversation with a big stage tonight.
Nice run here by Major. 9-yard gain. Flag down. Eric Monroe with the tackle.
Holding, number 64. Offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Still first down.
Wanye Morris, they have their second team offensive line out there right now.
That's one thing that I think about this team as we've watched them. The offensive line has been a work in progress. and they started to play much, much better. They haven't got the ground game going today, but they protected well, and that's another area that early in the season they had some woes and question marks. They're starting to solidify themselves and turn into the group that we're accustomed to see under Bill Bedenbaugh.
Rattler throwing a deep ball here, got single coverage downfield, and it's caught by Darby for a touchdown. That's the Spencer Rattler we saw last year.
Well, it always starts with protection, and it was an outstanding job.
Defense, that penalty is declined.
Outstanding job, as you'll see right here. Plenty of time to survey the field, step into that throw. And how about the effort by Darby? Ball a little bit underthrown. You've got the defensive back, Malik Dunlap, draped all over him, pulling him down, yet still finds a way to come down with that catch. Excellent concentration by Brian Darby.
So the 7th touchdown pass today. This one, though, not by Williams. This one by Rattler. And it's now 51-14. You see Rattler getting congratulated by his teammates, and you guys talked before as they're still looking here to make sure it was caught. They did rule pass interference, so if it's an incompletion, it's still pass interference. It does look like he controls it all the way to the ground. But you guys talked about keeping Rattler involved, keeping him engaged, because you never know when you might need him again. 52-14 Sooners up big. Spencer Rattler getting his first game action since the Texas game 3 weeks ago with a touchdown pass to Brian Darby.
Big moment here for Spencer Rattler as he was inserted into the game. First pass since Texas, and it's a touchdown strike. I think even more important than the touchdown throw, the reception he got on the sidelines when he comes over. Look how excited those players are for him. Coaches, players, he's dealt with a very difficult situation. And all things considered, he's dealt with it about as good as he possibly could. And I just love to see, got a little love from the fans, got some love from his teammates. Good seeing him for Spencer Rattler.
Oh, line drive. Right to Henry Teeter. Out to the 39. Back in a moment. Time 4:30 Pacific. It is Ohio State and Penn State. Meanwhile, Oklahoma up big as Ukama with a catch into Sooner territory. Inside 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
So, guys, getting back to that Spencer Rattler discussion, just in terms of him having the play that he just had, making the play, the reaction from the sideline here at Oklahoma. I think the biggest thing in all of this is he's seeing the bigger picture. He realizes that ultimately, regardless of what happens in the future.
That's why I said I'm just really interested to see where the committee has, if Ohio State wins, where they have Ohio State. I mean, Georgia's going to be one. Where do they have Michigan State? Where do they have a one-loss Alabama team? And then the big one to me, where do they have Cincinnati?
I got another big one you didn't mention. Where do they have Oregon?
Yeah.
I mean, of all the teams, Oregon's got the best win.
True.
I mean, you know, and again, I'd even mention that was without Kayvon Thibodeau, who's now back healthy and a unbelievably disruptive force for that defense. So I'm saying there's going to be all kinds of debate after Tuesday night. Those initial CFP rankings are released.
Right, is the Michigan State win at home over Michigan bigger than the Oregon win at Ohio State? A lot of room for White, and he's inside the 2. First and goal.
Tell you what, guys, it hasn't been easy for Alabama either. You look at the Tennessee game, obviously, and the loss on the road to Texas A&M. It hasn't been as effortless as we've become accustomed to seeing. You know, we get conditioned and spoiled sometimes, I guess, to see, you know, an Alabama being Alabama or a Clemson being Alabama. And then when they're not, it becomes more magnified.
Don't forget that Florida game, too, that came down to a 2-point conversion.
Right.
So first down and goal. Into the end zone is White for the touchdown. The third touchdown rushing for Xavier White, the former walk-on.
This is really close. Xavier White leans forward right there at the front of the goal line. As Jordan Kelly makes that tackle, kind of tackles him forward. As White was extending for the front of the goal line. I don't know. I think he's a little bit short, to be honest, guys.
Well, I thought so too. I thought the knee was down.
The ball hit the ground before the goal line.
Yeah.
Looks like it's going to stand. They're not even going to. They obviously review everything, but not a situation here where they're going to review it any further. And Garibay makes it 52-21.
Season, if they can, all of the lofty expectations and goals this team had before the season are still out there in front of them to potentially try to achieve.
Well, you're talking 18-17 record, and Sonny Cumbie, the interim coach for the rest of the season. Major with a gain of 8.
Yeah, the job Mike Leach did over 10 years, incredible. I mean, it really is. I don't think it's talked about or spoken about enough. And then you look at all the coaches from those teams, 2 of them managing these sidelines right now, and they're littered all throughout college football. It was an unbelievable run there in Lubbock, and I think that he set the bar so high. That's what the fan base, that's what the program, they want to try to get back to that level. And you just kind of wonder, was that lightning in a bottle with Mike Leach there in Lubbock, or can they get back to that same level? Having winning seasons every year, going bowling every year, and being in the Big 12 and the national conversation, on different sets of circumstances.
And Tom, obviously you're the national recruiting director for ESPN. Just how difficult is it to recruit to Texas Tech?
Oh, I think it's significantly difficult, particularly under normal circumstances. And when you consider the pandemic, this is a coaching staff that hasn't been able to go out on the road since, 2019. So you're at an outpost destination, and you can't get kids on campus in person, and you can't get off campus to go see them. All it does is magnify the difficulty of the job. And so, so much I think of this particular job is going to be the right fit, right? A guy that just fits their makeup, what they are, what they want to be versus what they think they are. And I believe that's going to have to come from somebody with Texas area roots.
Yeah, totally agree, Tom. Talking with Lincoln Riley on Wednesday, he kind of echoed those sentiments. That's obviously his alma mater where he went to school. He has a lot of pride in that program, and we asked him that specifically, and that's exactly what he said. It's a fit job, and somebody who embodies the same values, much like a lot of different jobs around the country are, but maybe even Texas Tech more so than others is, man, big collision there with Eric Monroe and Marcus Major.
There's some talking going on, too. Monroe will have to leave for a play.
Pads popping. Counter scheme action.
Marcus Major lowered the boom on Monroe.
He is a thick, physical runner, and you can just tell he got some fresh legs. The rest of these students have been playing 9 straight weeks, and Marcus Major's out here looking as spry and fresh as anybody we've seen on the field today.
Texas Tech keeping a lot of its starters out there at defense. Final minute here in Norman. Spencer Rattler coming in here late in the 4th quarter, does have a touchdown pass as Major gets the first down. Then he fumbles the ball out of bounds. Sooners will have 2 weeks to get ready for a game at Baylor. Baylor has TCU next week.
Big 12 race in the month of November. It's going to be fun. Baylor's playing some great football. Oklahoma has to go to there. Oklahoma State, again, almost put themselves in position to win at Iowa State a week ago. Oklahoma has to travel to Stillwater. It's going to be a race to get to Arlington once again this season. It sets up for what should be a highly competitive month of November here within this conference.
Today was not competitive. Oklahoma rolls 52-21. Lincoln Riley will go offer words of encouragement to his close friend Sonny Cumbie. They were at Texas Tech together. Lincoln knows how difficult a challenge is ahead for Sonny Cumbie. And Tom is with Lincoln Riley.
Hold on just 1 second, guys. A lot of people on these two staffs that obviously Coach Riley very, very familiar with. Coach, I remember after week 1, I asked you to assess your offense's performance, and you said spotty. How would you assess it today?
Yeah, we were better today. We threw it well. got the run game going a little bit better there in the second half. So guys made some competitive plays, blocked hard. So it's a good, complete team effort all the way around.
You said this week that your football team prepared well and they practiced well. Is that a direct reflection of maybe their personal pride?
Yeah, I mean, shoot, it's a reflection of you're 8-0 now 9-0 with everything in the world in front of you, and we're excited about where we're headed. This has typically been, our time of year where we've played our best. We call it Championship November here. It's here now, and so we love this time of year. We put ourselves in great position, and we're ready to try to play our best ball.
How excited were you for Spencer today?
It was awesome, man. So again, it's the narrative outside is not what happens inside, and I think everybody saw that. Great for the fans to respond, the whole team to respond. That room's been great. Kayla's been great. Spencer's been great. They've been a joy to coach.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it.
To echo Lincoln's sentiment about where the Sooners are, yeah, you can poke holes in some places and things along the way, but here they are. They're 9-0. There's only a few undefeated teams left in college football, and Oklahoma is one of them. For Dusty Dvorak, Tom Luginbill, our entire ABC crew, I'm Dave Pasch. Oklahoma rolls 52-21 over Texas Tech. True freshman quarterback Caleb Williams, 6 touchdown passes as we go back to the studio.